Good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. Okay, so knock, knock. Hey, you guys did pretty good. Maybe we don't need that coffee machine after all. Justin. Just in time for Mother's Day. We're so glad you guys are here today, and we have a day filled with love, filled with beautiful music, and maybe even an encouraging word or two, and we're glad that you're with us today. So first, let's start with some music. Right? I don't know if you guys could see us up there or not, but we were up here just tapping our toes and trying to keep up. That was great. Thanks, Ann. And so for you guys at home, we've got it in our bulletin here. The name of that song is "Heavenly Sunlight," and so that was a wonderful a wonderful song. And so if you would, I invite you to join with me in our responsive reading for this morning. This is from Psalm 98. Sing to the Lord a new song because he has done wonderful things. His own strong hand and his own holy arm have won the victory. The Lord has made his salvation widely known. He has revealed his righteousness in the eyes of all nations. God has remembered his loyal love and faithfulness to the house of Israel. Every corner of the earth has seen our God's salvation. And so now it's a time that we get to share our God sightings and our prayer requests. And so we've got we had some good God sightings this morning. And I want to start off by saying, happy birthday, Shirley Waters. And so, woo! Yeah. So happy birthday, Shirley. Now, it's also an exciting time because we have Ann's daughter, Kathleen, and Amy Dodson here that are going to be singing for us later. So that's a big celebration. Woo! And then Steve Brandt is here with Sam. Holy cow, kids are coming out of the woodwork, aren't they? This is awesome. And so it's great to have y'all with us today. Some more God sightings from this morning is Pam Dingler has been trying to find a new place to live, and she has found a new place, and that's really exciting. And so she will be moving into the Charleston apartments here hopefully pretty soon, and she is super excited about that. Nancy Jones is having a good day today after kind of a rough day yesterday, so that was good. And she also found a groomer for her dogs, not her. And then I wanted to kind of share that, I don't know if you guys can see it, they're pretty small from back where you're sitting, and even for you guys at home, is we have new waterproof stickers for the River of Life. And so we're pretty excited about that. It's good for the soul, and we are starting those services in 3 weeks, so that's another God sighting too. And then we also have, if you haven't heard, I have been appointed as pastor for just the way the Methodist system works, as I've been appointed pastor here for another year. And yeah, I know for some that's a God sighting and some it's a prayer request. So we will move into prayer requests now. And so we ask for prayers for Bob Bundy. Now this is April Colcord's father-in-law, and he has been hospitalized with Parkinson's. And then Jean Howard Guerin, Terry's sister, has congestive heart failure, so prayers for her. And Jim Gribble's brother Howard passed away last Sunday. And then Melissa and Reverend Craig Newman and their unborn baby who has heart issues, so please keep them in your prayers. And she is Dee Dee's niece, right, Dee Dee? Is that right? Okay. And then also David Pierce, Patty's cousin, passed away. Melanie Townsend is Patty's cousin, has a malignant tumor and will require chemo. And then also keep River of Life in your prayers as we begin our 15th season. So that's exciting, but also here we go. We're ready for another season, so it's exciting and trying to figure out how we're going to. We've got a new space and some new things going on, so we're pretty excited about that. But it's just more things to figure out. So let's turn our hearts to God in prayer now. Gracious God, we are grateful for the beauty of this day, for the love that you give us, for the ways that you surround us with your grace. We thank you for families. We thank you for moms. We thank you for children. We thank you for friends and others that love us. We thank you for this faith community that shares love with us. We're grateful for the many, many ways that you have shown up in our lives and brought us your love and your grace. And yet, oh God, there are times of chaos in this world. There's times of pain, there's times of loss, and we ask that you would be in these places and in these spaces with us. That in our loss, that you might heal us, that in our pain, that we might feel your comfort. Oh God, be with us today and always, and remind us that you are with us. We have lifted up many prayer requests this morning, but still there are other things that are on our hearts that we lift up now to you as well. Oh God, for these and many things that have been left unsaid, hear our prayers. Hear our prayers and strengthen us, O God, to live each day in your love. Hear our prayers and give us the strength to carry your grace into a world that isn't always graceful, to be your words of peace when words of antagonism are showing their face. Oh God, help us each and every day to live out the prayer that Jesus taught us to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Thanks, Amy and Kathy. That was awesome. And so today on Mother's Day and most other Sundays, the first thing that I do usually is make me a cup of coffee to get going, right? And it seems that cold coffee is all the rage now. I'm more of a hot coffee kind of guy, but I know that cold coffee is super popular, and it seems like Starbucks might be the one to thank for that, at least across the country and maybe globally. I don't know. But are they the ones that invented cold coffee? No. Moms did, right? Yeah, Moms invented cold coffee. They know what the deal is. All right, so if you don't know how to make cold coffee, you can do this for yourself at home, all right? Okay, so first of all, and this is what I'm told anyway. Okay, first thing, have kids. Okay, and make coffee. All right, and then forget coffee. And then find it a little while later and go, oh, and then you stick it in the microwave, right? Then you heat it up. And then remember that you put the coffee in the microwave a little while later when it's cold. And then you drink it anyway, right? And that's how you make cold coffee. All the moms are going, mm-hmm. Glad the dad's finally figuring it out. But what I'm wondering is, the really wild thing about this is who in the marketing department at Starbucks says, this is great, we can sell this. But here we are, we've got cold coffee to get us up in the morning. And so today we celebrate moms and sometimes cold coffee, but we don't celebrate moms just for the cold coffee. Whether they are a mom by birth or by adoption, or maybe their crazy husband brought a bunch of kids home from the river or France, who knows where, just to live with you. I know we have a lot of moms that are with us today. One thing that I think that moms do so well is moms bring order out of chaos. Now, that's a holy task, if there ever was one, right? Now, my mom tried really hard to bring order out of chaos, and some of you may have even heard this story before, but here's kind of the way that it usually went. It's like, so I'm over here bothering my sister about something, right? My sister, Mom, Wayne's bothering me. Mom in the other room, right, says, Wayne, quit bothering your sister. Carol, quit whining. Repeat, and repeat. Then go to sleep, get up the next morning, have a cup of cold coffee, and repeat, right? And so mothers are masters at bringing order out of chaos. But the chaos just keeps coming, doesn't it? And so we're grateful for the way that mothers work hard to make it happen. And so the Gospels report that the disciples often were like little kids, maybe. And in fact, the last night that the disciples were together with Jesus before they were crucified, they were kind of nan back and forth. Well, I'm going to sit on his right hand. No, you're not. Yes, R2. I'm not. R2. And, even in the Gospel of John, John says, yeah, well, the disciple that Jesus loved, this guy. And so the disciples were oftentimes, challenging each other and kind of picking at each other. And I just wonder how many times in the 3 years that Jesus was with us, even on the last night, that Jesus has said, you kids, quit picking on each other, or you disciples, quit picking on each other. You other ones, quit whining about it, and let's love each other. And in fact, he felt that they needed to hear it so much that he commanded them to love each other. Let's hear the words from John 15:9 through 17. As the Father loved me, I have loved you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have said these things to you so that my joy will be in you and your joy will be complete. This is my commandment. Love each other as I have loved you. No one has greater love than to give up one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I don't call you servants any longer because servants don't know what their master is doing. Instead, I call you friends. Because everything I heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You didn't choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you could go and produce fruit, and so that your fruit could last. As a result, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you. I give you these commandments so that you love each other. So Jesus has been with his disciples for a long, long time. And still, they're not connecting how they need to love each other. And so he felt like he needed to give them a command to love each other. Can we really command somebody to love each other? Can you command somebody to quit bothering somebody else, or to quit whining? Can you command somebody to love you in the midst of all this? In Jesus' words, there is no greater love. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for a friend. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember as a kid thinking, or what would happen if I was presented with this incident? Would I be able to jump in there and save somebody's life at the risk or maybe even losing my own life? Is this what Jesus is talking about? Maybe. But really there's just a few people that really kind of have a lot of risk in this, of saving somebody's life and losing their own. It's, our policemen, our firefighters, our military, and others that, could be faced with hard things. But really, for the rest of us, laying down our lives is a lot more mundane and day-to-day than that. Our sacrifice is daily. It's moment to moment. When we set ourselves aside to serve. This gospel message is countercultural. It's certainly countercultural in our world today, where we set ourselves aside. It's not all about me. It's not all about my rights. It's not all about what I want, what I need. But setting ourselves aside to serve and to love purely. To love our friends, to love our community, to love the world. That's what Jesus did. He loved completely. And he set an example for us to completely love each other. And so today we are called to celebrate that love. We are called to celebrate and imitate the love that Jesus has for us, and to exemplify that love in our lives each and every day, in the mundane and the moment to moment. When others are getting on our last nerve and our coffee just got cold in the microwave again, Jesus calls us to love. But you want to know a secret? The more we love, the more we are able to love. It's kind of a cool thing. It's like the wildflowers out in the restoration garden out here in our prayer path that are all planted in the cross in the middle of the garden. And as they grow up and they spread seeds out, they plant other beautiful flowers. And so they scatter beauty all around them and all over the place. So that the seeds that are planted by these flowers grow up and blossom, even in areas where you would never expect them to grow up and bring beauty. These flowers plant their seeds of love and beauty, and somehow they thrive. Love begets love. Hate can't defeat hate. Only love can do that. Thanks be to God. And so what if? What if in response to others' hate, we respond in love. That's what Jesus calls us to do, and to be transformed in his image. And so today we want to thank you. Thank you for loving each other. Thank you for caring for each other, even in the midst of the chaos that's going on in your life. We're grateful for the ways that you plant those beautiful seeds of love that Jesus has planted in you. Thanks for contributing to the ministries of this church that allows us to love like Jesus, to help us to spread those beautiful seeds of love and beauty in our community that otherwise would not grow. We're thankful for the ways that this church has been able to move in our community through you, through each one of you, so that our church might be a beacon of God's love in the world. There are many other ways that we can be involved with sharing God's love, either with family, with friends, in our community by volunteering one way or the other. And we invite you to be a part of that. If you're wondering about how to get involved in anything that this church is doing, whether it's Pass It On Cafe, whether it's other food ministries, whatever it is, you can also just send an email to the church office, bcumc@yahoo.com. See, we saved you all the hard work of typing in Bryson City United Methodist Church at yahoo.com. Boom, bcumc@yahoo.com. If you have any questions about how to get connected, either for our small group meetings, our studies, or in ways to serve, Judy will hook you up. Won't you, Judy? That's right. Because she knows what's up, and she knows how to love and how to serve. And I'm grateful to be able to serve along beside her. And so now, I invite you to go from this place right after this amazing postlude that Ann's about to play. So as we go from this place, may we go in God's grace and in God's peace, spreading God's love all around so that others might feel that love where they otherwise might never find it. Go in peace. Amen.